Always on his phone.
It is Mr. Kevin Moranz. Hey, buddy.
How you guys doing? Good to be back.
I like how you put.
Do you like how I wave when I say it every show?
You did obviously not see this, Kevin, but this motherfucker just literally like waved as if like he was looking at you.
I like to pretend like we're all in the room together.
You're
okay?
like the nerdy kid at school. That's like, hey guys.
Hey guys. What's up? What's up? All right, Kev. So I'm gonna fire off with a hot topic here right off the bat for you. Okay. I gotta know.
Hit me.
Oh, no.
I gotta know. Did you try to hit that 5 spot that Jet did?
Yeah.
No, definitely did not.
Look, though, put that in perspective for us.
In press. So, I like, I'll hype myself up a little bit, put myself up that I was the first one to hit the 344.
Attaboy.
And I will tell you 100% after hitting the 344, I even thought, I think I can go 5. I'm just not going to do it yet because I don't need to put myself in the ground in press at A1. But I was like, I think I can do the 5. 1, I'm happy I didn't go for it. But 2, if Kevin Moranz thought about it, I was like, dude, Jet, Tomac, these dudes are going to hit this 3rd lap kind of deal. So I was actually shocked that more people didn't go for it.
That's interesting.
And then they came to me because they asked me during track walk the next day, like, hey, what is the situation with this? Like, I know that they didn't really want, that being a jump in the race. So I was like, your best bet is to scoot the 5th one farther away because you have quite a bit of gap into the corner. That's what they ended up doing, and that's why nobody did it again.
Now, when you say they came to you, who is they? Is it Dirtworks?
Yeah, Dirtworks.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have a pretty good relationship with those guys, so that's cool.
Yeah,
that they listen.
They listen to the riders a lot. Like I know they take like Chiz has a lot of input. So like they take his word pretty seriously, and then obviously they've come and built my track a couple times, so they know I have a good relationship with them. So Ross trusts me with some of my input as well, which is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the big bitch on the internet right now is why did the Dragon's back get taken out? Do you have any insight on that?
That was my question.
I honestly don't know that. I honestly don't know because I'm happy they took it out because in press, there were some guys that were like, because there was like 7 whoops, and some guys were going like 3, 4 over the top one and driving down the backside, and I would have been too nervous to hit that because if you clip the top, then you're going Indo City to flat ground. Then that's like probably 10 foot tall, or not 10 foot tall. It's probably like a 5 foot tall jump. So you're moving at speed and you're going to face plant on flat. So that would have been honestly more of a separator than what they did do. But I'm here for it. I don't know why they did it, but I'm here for it.
Interesting.
All right, so let me ask an actual hard-hitting question, Kev. What the fuck happened to our starts last night, buddy?
We had a situation with I don't want to blame it on anything else. First of all, Kev just didn't get his starts. I got a little bit off balance on both the starts, the heat and the LCQ. A situation we are going to change is the tightness of my pants. Not like thigh-wise or just the waist.
Look,
I went from a 30 to a 28 to make it tighter because it wasn't able to strap tight enough. Well, I need to go smaller than a 28 because I still have so you know how like when you're just holding your waistband and you pull out on it, like I've got enough to get like a full fist in between like my belly button and the waist strap. So
jeez, I wish I had that
well, it's kind of like elastic. It's a little stretchy, like it's high quality gear. So
not a onesie.
Yeah, it's not a onesie.
No, that's the solution. You need the onesie.
We'll get to that right after this. But so yeah, I talked to Canvas, so I'm actually going to head out there tomorrow, and we're going to kind of customize some of the pant a little bit to bring the Velcro back farther, so then I can strap it tighter. Because that was a problem with me. As soon as I popped the clutch, my butt would move a little bit more than I wanted, which would then throw me off balance a little bit, which then, especially in the LCQ, I got an amazing jump, but had to clutch immediately because I had fallen too far back and I started to wheelie, and then I just got absolutely clobbered up.
Man, it's more like Eli Tomac than we thought.
The minute details.
Yeah.
So for the fans at home, what he's talking about here, correct me if I'm wrong, Kev, but when he comes up to the line, he kind of does like a little bit of a kind of a bouncy scoot thing to get the slack out of his pants so that when he's sitting at the gas cap, his pants are already taut. So when the bike launches, his pants aren't he's not sliding back 2 inches on his pants. He's already taut. His pants are kind of holding him in position, right?
Correct.
Sweet.
And so, fun fact, which, clearly has screwed me now, but it didn't screw me last year. But I don't practice starts. Like I did like 2 or 3 starts at home, and I hit them perfect. So I was like, all right, done with it. So I didn't do any starts when I was out here in California or anything like that. And then, so we learned the hard way there last night, and so we're going to make some adjustments.
How has California been? How long have you been out there?
I just got out here like the 28th of December, so right after Christmas.
Okay.
Got like 2 days of riding, New Year, got 1 day of riding, and then press, and then went racing.
Okay. Where'd you ride? Did you ride Elsinore or?
I think it was Apollo, right?
Elsinore 2 days and Paula 1 day.
Okay. How far is that Hemet Supercross from like SoCal area there, or where is
I don't know. So we're staying in Temecula.
Okay.
So Elsinore's 30 minutes from us. Paula's, I don't know, I think 30, 45 minutes from us. And then I don't know where Hemet is. I think Hemet's a little farther north, but I could be completely wrong. I've never been there.
Place looks sketch.
So you stayed there at
all the tracks out here are sketch.
Or I'm sorry,
It's California.
You stayed. You stayed on the orange bike there. So like, we gonna get to go ride the KTM test track or what?
I am going to work myself into that situation.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Need to go ride at Hawkins track.
Take Prado's ride when he's done.
What if you do ride at the KTM test track? Would you tell us which frame you're on?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think that I think probably which I haven't asked them yet. Like it's on my to-do list to ask. I talked to Ian this weekend, just said hi kind of deal. I wasn't just gonna jump out to it right off the rip.
Right.
But I'm assuming there will not be any content allowed at that track.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know. There's people out there all the time. Like there's literally, I watched videos the other day.
Videos about it.
Yeah. I literally watched people that were standing outside
like behind the scenes stuff. Like if 23 Media goes in and stands at the fence, I don't.
Yeah,
think
are you referring to the one video of?
Well, what do you think he's gonna do? Walk up and like do close-ups of high definition 4K footage of the frames of like AP's bike or what?
No, but you can still catch stuff in the background.
It would be they wouldn't. I can almost guarantee you they're not going to let me ride with them. It's going to have to be on an off day or after they get done riding.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I
don't think them having their bikes there. I don't think that's a situation.
Yeah.
I think the only way I get to ride is if I'm by myself or they just get done riding and then for the day.
Well, either way, it'd be sick.
I mean, that could be pretty cool too. Like it would. You'd get to ride a somewhat roughed up track after those guys leave, and that could benefit you, a better setting when a race situation comes.
Yeah.
So.
Dry hard.
Yeah. I guess this could be a question for Kev, what I brought up earlier.
Go for it.
Why, maybe I've asked you this before, but why the guys during the week, why is the track re-prepped every single day? Why not go? Why not get up in the morning, fix the sketchy stuff, but still leave some of the square edge ruts and that stuff in there? That way, when you get later into the main event, your bike's good.
You are not wrong about that. It's just risk versus reward. So if you're practicing on gnarly, sketchy stuff all the time, the chance of you getting hurt spike. Also, it's much different, much different. That's one even thing that I kind of mentioned in the blog, I think. We'll see. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen the blog yet. But I know I mentioned it to several people yesterday. Did we race? Yeah, it was yesterday, dude. So much has happened. It's been insane the last month. But I was like, I felt like a fish out of water in free practice and quali 1. Quali 2, I finally started to get my flow. Heat race, obviously, I went around the tough block and was almost last and came back to like 12. And then LCQ was riding pretty good until I went down. But I felt like a fish out of water at the beginning because we are all used to riding more of a test track. Even like KTM, for instance, is a test track. Like, yeah, the corners kind of get rutted, but in the rhythm sections, like it just sits and bakes, and you ride on it, it bakes, it ride on it, it bakes. So like, there's not really gnarly rhythm section ruts. Like, that's the difference from having a freshly built supercross track that you immediately go race on. Is the softness of the dirt is so much different than any test track, unless you're like down in Florida where it's always sandy, which then the texture and the traction of the dirt is different, but it just doesn't break down like it did in qualifying and in heat races and in the main event. So it is always going to be something you have to get used to. Obviously, the KTM guys have more of an advantage because they have 8 dudes that all ride on it, so the track does get destroyed. But like, for instance, somebody like me, who I ride in my own track, or I go down to Texas and ride some of those tracks. Like, it's all concrete pretty much. Like, they're worn in because they're practice tracks that you get ridden a lot. Completely different ball game when you go and ride a brand new supercross track that's brand new built and it's soft.
That's great insight.
Yeah, great. Okay, so another hard-hitting question here. You made the switch, I believe, and I'm probably an idiot and wrong on this. You made the switch from FMF to Yoshimura pipes, right?
Correct.
We
have several changes of the bike this year.
What's up with that? What happened? FMF kicked you to the curb?
I mean, FMF's more worried about making goggles.
No, Donnie's always been good to me. He has been tough to get a hold of, but he's taken care of me for the last 3 or 4 years. I just waited a little long because my mechanic had some prior connections to other pipe companies that we were kind of testing out. We weren't able to get answers quick enough kind of deal. So I kind of went back to FMF a little late, and then I just didn't hear from him in time. And just so happened that we just had a deal come through with Transition Bikes to get bicycles, and then Garen, which is the owner of Champion, hit up Yoshimura for pedals, like bicycle pedals. And they're like, yeah, we'll hook you up with some pedals. What exhaust systems are you running? And this is literally like Monday, and our photo shoot for the season is Thursday. And I'm like, funny enough, I haven't heard back from the couple companies that we're looking at right now. What are the chances you can overnight me a pipe like tonight, and we'll test it tomorrow, and if we like it, we're game on, and we'll have it in the photo shoot this week. So they took it upon themselves. They overnighted me a titanium system, put it on, and they're like, whatever you need, we'll take care of you. I was like, game on.
That's awesome.
Right place, right time. And yeah, so like they just jumped on board, and they're actually willing to take care of us. I can get a hold of them. So that was pretty cool. So that's why we ended up going with Yosh. And then honestly, so Twisted, we have ECU from him, and he recommended the Yosh on the KTM, especially for 250, 350. Yosh was the best performing one that he had out of like Yosh, FMF, HGS, all those and whatnot. So I was like, if you like it and they want to support, then it's the way we're going.
So is Twisted just doing tuning for you, or are they building motors for you?
No, like I need to ride faster on the bike I got before I need more motor. So
okay.
It's all about moving power.
Yeah. Yoshimura pipe, Recluse clutch, Vortex ignition from Twisted, and that's it.
Okay.
And then VP Racing Fuel, so we run Pro 6 from RWB Fuels.
Oh, so we're back with VP now.
Yeah.
Okay. So has Jamie done any testing with you with ignition wise for moving power around, or it's kind of like you ride it and then you send him an email and say, hey, this is kind of what I'm feeling, and then he sends you a program to put into the ignition, or like how is that working?
Honestly, just said, hey, give me a ignition for no modded engine, Pro 6 race fuel, clutch, and Yoshimura pipe, and he just plugs in his numbers that he already had, because I'm assuming he has just like a map loaded that he's already tested for the KTM with the Yosh on, or with a pipe and fuel instead of motor work and whatnot.
Yep.
So he literally probably just copy and paste it and then sends it to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not nothing crazy test wise. It just makes the bike run cleaner.
Okay.
It is a little bit better.
Cool. Are we still on the 23? Do we move to a 24?
We are on 24s. KTM's helping a little bit, which is cool.
They get you some bikes? They get some bikes?
No, not that much. Not that much. But they're taking notice, which has been pretty cool. And then, the 23 and the 24 are the same bike.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, the 24 and a half or whatever, this whole new frame situation, I'm kind of bummed that I have the 24s now, because I want that. Why are they going to that? What is that about?
So what, you were on the old chassis last year, correct?
Well,
correct. Yeah.
Stop.
What do you mean, whale?
Stop.
Yeah, I was on the old chassis until outdoors.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
That's where I was going. So in Supercross, he was on the old chassis. Or are you gonna whale me
correct.
on that one too?
Were you on?
He was on the old one.
When did you get the 23?
Outdoors.
Was it outdoors?
Outdoors.
You didn't have it at all for
Yeah.
Supercross? Okay, all right. Sorry,
No.
my story's confused. Sorry.
So for you,
You think I'd change bikes in the middle of the season?
look, man, I'm not gonna say any more because I know there's things we talked about that I can't say publicly. Okay, so look, just continue on. See, this is me being a more responsible podcaster here, Kev. You're welcome.
He's
a new man.
I like it.
Yes, we do like it.
So he didn't change the new bike till outdoors.
So don't give me that look over there. So my question is, are you in love with the new one, or are you feeling some of the same effects that the factory boys were feeling, where they were struggling with that new chassis?
I don't know.
Or do you not really feel much of a difference?
Bro, at one point he was switching to Honda, okay?
I know, he's been all over the map the last couple of months. But
Look, Kev is very diplomatic, so...
Yeah, what do you expect out of him right now, right?
What happened? Okay.
I mean, I don't really know. Like, I mean, for me, like,
for
I
you,
didn't
it just
really
feels
get to
the
ride
same.
kind of. Like, I honestly don't notice a huge difference.
Okay.
I think it has good things. Maybe it has, like, I can't remember if I struggled to turn quite as much as I struggled to turn at least at A1. And I think that more maybe set up over the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was my first race on it kind of deal. So we got to kind of figure it out a little bit, just like how we had 2.5 years or whatever. No, we had 4 years on the previous model. So, like, we had that one pretty dialed in. So it's kind of what the teams kind of went through. It's kind of, I just got to figure it out on my end a little bit. But for the most part, when it comes to, like, quality of motorcycle, it's not like I was expecting. I was expecting to get on it and be like, dude, what is this? Like, why would KTM even do this?
Based off what everybody else was saying,
yeah, that's the way I was recepting it from the stuff I was hearing. But for me, not that big of a difference, dude. It's KTM's a KTM kind of deal.
How did we land on the KTM over the Honda here? Because I know that was up in the air there for a while. And towards into
I
outdoors.
thought it looked pretty good on the Honda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as soon as I went to Honda, especially for the first World Supercross and getting on it for the first time, I was like, dang, dude, like, Kev's going Honda for 24. Like, I was pretty sold on it.
Yeah.
And then going through WSX and then going into SMX. That's why I stayed on the Honda, because I was like, I'm going to probably be on Honda next year. Like, I need to just race this, because also we're going right back to World Supercross, yada, yada, yada. And then I struggled in SMX. Like, I got a great jump, and for the first time ever, people shut off after me going into the first corner. Like, I had the whole shot, and I got swallowed up coming into the first corner. And I'm like, why, dude? Like, I just don't think I can trust the front end as much as I can the KTM. So I think I just initially let off sooner than I would have on the KTM, because I was like, I don't understand this front end yet kind of deal. So that's the best way I can put it between Honda and KTM, at least what I felt, is I was doing like 10 lappers on my track on the Honda before we got the 24 KTM with Supercross suspension on it. Doing 10 lappers coming off, huffing and puffing, making mistakes, little stuff like that. I got on the KTM. First day I was on the KTM, I did a 20 lapper, came off, not even breathing hard, and I went faster than I did on the Honda. So I think there are spurts where I can be better on the Honda, like sprint speed maybe, or certain corners, turning down. It does turn a little bit better than the KTM. But the KTM for me is so much more consistent, and I'm so much more efficient on it, that I was able to do a 20-lap main event at a faster pace the whole time than it was for 10 laps on the Honda, because you have to be so perfect on the Honda for you to be able to ride it consistently and fast. Like, obviously the Jet just swallows everybody up when it comes to that.
You're explaining Chase very well.
Well, so this is funny, because I have heard this through some of the podcasts. I've learned that the Hondas are very twitchy, we'll say. So I was just
that's a 100%.
So I was just interested, because I was like, man, when we talked to you in Chicago, it was really heavy of you were going Honda next year, and you had bikes lined up and all this kind of stuff to like make that work. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, I'm riding a KTM, and it was like, oh, okay, what happened to the Hondas here?
Yeah, I just got a little bit nervous with how I performed in SMX. Like, I couldn't be consistent, and you need to be consistent. And especially when it comes to technical stuff like that, you can't be making little stupid mistakes. And I just felt more comfortable on the KTM. I already had more parts for them. I had this, because all the front forks swap over. I had to get all new rear shocks, but so I had all the A-kit front forks I needed. So just it worked out better.
Yeah,
for me.
more parts laying around.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going through, getting rid of all my parts to get new ones.
Yeah.
New brand.
Okay, so you have. Yeah, I mean, you've really stepped up the program this year here. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. If you haven't, go check him out. Kevin Moranz Moranz, what, 62 this year? Is that where we are?
No, I changed it because somebody took. So I had Moranz.80. So I go to change to Moranz.62. And, of course, somebody put up a page and said, oh, Moranz.62, for sale, hit me up kind of deal. Like they were just anticipating it.
Can I just give you a branding advice here? Go with the Just go with the KMR branding. Don't quit putting the numbers with it.
You're gonna have a new number every year.
So that's what I was getting at before you interrupted me, Travis.
Whoa,
okay?
sorry.
Such a jackass over here.
Aggressive there. I'm gonna back away from that. Go ahead, Kev.
Mr. Media guy over here should know that changing your handle fucks up the algorithm.
But yeah, you're talking about Mr. Social Media on the other line.
Kidding.
No, grill him, Kev.
So anyway,
grill him.
I changed it to Kevin Moranz, so then I don't ever have to change it.
Good idea.
I like it.
Good idea. And I think you should merch-wise go with just start doing the KMR branding. I think it'd be better for you.
Like that is to come.
Yes.
We got KM stuff dropping because nobody's seen the KMR yet until this weekend. So we'll drop that first, and then KMR will follow.
But anyway, tell us what you've done as far as stepping up your program here and kind of how people can help you out. Because like you put out a vlog talking about the new rig and all this stuff, but like let our fans hear it now.
Yeah,
how can we get involved?
Yes.
And tell them about the rig and the crew and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So did you guys, which I know I'll kind of explain to the fans maybe that haven't watched the video, but did you guys get to watch the rig tour video?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
What'd you guys think of it?
I think
like not so much like what I said in the video, but like the setup. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I think it looks great.
It reminds me of concept haulers back in the day.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a factory rig. Everything's nice and buttoned up.
Yeah.
I think Frank's got a nice little rig there to drive around all year.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
I think your mechanic's probably super pumped on it too.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's a very professional privateer program. So the biggest thing is explaining kind of how I explained at the beginning of the video. Like, so if you haven't seen it, just Kevin Moranz on YouTube. It's the rig tour video. So definitely go check that out. All the information on how to support the team and be involved with the team, most all of it's at kevinmoranz.com. However, getting into it, I wanted to state right at the beginning of that video that I had people hit me up like, dude, you're buying a rig, you're buying a van, like life must be great. And I was like, that is not the situation. So the rig is not mine. The rig is Champion Tool Storage, so CMG, and their partnership with me is more or less trying to dumb it down as much as I can. Hey, Kev, I have the rig. I'll get it all built out. I'll renovate it. We'll get all that set up. We'll split the canopy. And then I covered the rig wrap. But I am responsible for all the expenses to take it racing. So he got the rig. He got it ready to race. I am covering all the expenses to take it racing. So that means the driver, a.k.a. my dad, my mechanic, the fuel for the rig, fuel for the bikes, parts, flights, hotels, entry fees, food, everything that we need to get through the racing season is on me. So that's why we're doing all the creative things that I do with the program. So that's helmet wraps per round. It's a different logo. We put your company logo, business, or anything like that on the helmet. 2 different options. Either the basic package where we run the helmet, put it in the blog, give you a little ad, and obviously race in it, like I just said. Sign the visor, you get to keep the visor. Or the VIP program is I'll sign the helmet, you get to keep the whole helmet. Also with bike branding, you can put the logo on the bike per round. So if that's something you're interested in, top of the fork guard has the KMR logo on it right now. I put that there purposely so then I can replace it with company logos on a weekly basis. There's a basic and a VIP package for that as well. Gets a little shout out in the vlog, and you get some goodies as well. The next thing is obviously the Moranz Mafia. So we've got some giveaway stuff. We'll do number plate, goggles, just to the Moranz Mafia. If you're a part of it every round. So as long as you're a part of it, it's a monthly subscription service kind of deal that helps us cover our expenses. Every month that you're part of that, you're getting in for 3 to 4 sets of goggles and 3 to 4 number plates possibilities, because obviously in a month we have 3 to 4 races. The new thing that we have coming about is the VIP experience. So that's you come in, you're a part of the Kevin Moranz racing team. We are getting some kind of special shirts made right now that will be included in that. So you can come be a part of our team, be under a canopy, and just experience what it's like to be a part of the team for the day. So we're doing that, at least as of right now. What we have in mind is limiting that to 4 people per round, and just going to kevinmoranz.com to look at the pricing on that. So, or hitting me up, shooting me a DM, any stuff like that. And then obviously we still have the bike signing and all that jazz coming around, to help fund the program.
Sweet. So
all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's a lot.
It takes a couple $100,000 to make this all happen, so you got to think of a lot of ways to do it.
No, that's
no joke.
Most people don't realize like sponsorship isn't just money. Like it's a partnership. Like you're getting a rig in exchange for exposure and stuff like that. People don't see that exposure is values giving you a rig. Also.
Once again,
you know what I mean?
Nothing's actually free.
Yeah.
Especially in our sport.
Most dumbasses are like, "Oh yeah, you're getting all this money." No, there's value elsewhere than just dead presidents, you know. So
I'm excited to hang out in it. Come Indy. I'm really pumped.
Dude.
Yeah, you've never really hung out in like an actual like rig like that, have you?
Not especially.
Yeah.
And like last year with like Chicago, like he was pitting out of the Pirelli rig, but that wasn't really like technically
That's a lot different,
his. So I was like uncomfortable like really going in the rig. But like this is like Kev's deal. So like I'm just gonna be all in that motherfucker anywhere.
hey,
Yeah, you're gonna be up in the front taking like a nap. You're like, where the
Dude,
fuck's
I'm
Travis
gonna be like,
at?
Frank, I'm gonna go take a nap in the front seat. Frank will be like, all right, that's cool. I'll be like, here's your Chips Ahoy for my nap time, and he'll be like, all right, sick, dude, and like we're just, dude, it's gonna be awesome. Like I'm pumped.
he's gonna open the door to go and take a nap in between quali, and you're gonna be in there laying in there spread eagle, and he's gonna be
I am gonna feel
shook.
like a real media guy because these real media guys get to go hang out in the factory trucks. So like I'm gonna feel like a real media guy at these rounds.
Kevin, you are doing such a great thing for Travis right now.
Hey, listen, we want to step it up a little bit. How much?
Oh, boy.
For Indy for Travis to design your gear?
Oh my
Ooh.
God! Don't. No.
First off, we're poor over here, so
so that is actually something that I have not released yet. Is we are going to have 3 gear design contests.
Breaking news.
So we're going to have, I think the first one's Daytona, and then I think the next one is probably military appreciation, maybe.
That'd be cool.
So
Get
I think
the fans
that's
involved.
Or maybe it's Nashville, and then the last one will be Salt Lake.
I have so many comments I want to make right now, but I told Kev I would keep everything
military-
toned down for this.
the
So we're
military-
just gonna keep pushing on.
I want to buy the gear for a weekend, and I want to dress him up like Mickey Mouse or whatever the hell I want.
That would be awesome.
because I'm paying.
Hey, I'm sure.
I
I'm
think-
sure
I
you
think-
could pay for that.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be, but it would have to be probably in like the 5 to 10 range.
There you go. See, no,
5 to 10 G's.
that's no problem. You got Kawasaki money, so bring that Kawasaki money and let's do this.
Let me wait for my quarterly bonus.
Let's do a Kawasaki Moto Aftermath show collab
Kev, I
of the
really,
Kevin
I
Moranz
really
gear.
think you're
I'm
walking
sure
into
he
a
would love
shitstorm right now.
Kawasaki gear on
I
his
don't
KTM.
think
I think
that's
that'd
going
be
to be
awesome.
possible.
Kev, I really think you're walking into a shitstorm right now. You should have not said that.
No, be fine.
I was going to say, I don't
But
think
listen
that-
though, somebody
No.
out there listening to this might or they will see the value in 5 to 10 to design your gear, be involved with the design process. Like
Well-
all that is super cool.
Yep.
I definitely think for the military appreciation night that you're going to get a lot of feedback for that one. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, like I think it would be pretty cool. I don't know. I need to look back at. I want to say because I think the military appreciation is actually Arlington this year,
That'd
but
be
I
cool.
think our gear design contests are. Oh, my bad, I messed that up. So it's Daytona, then the St. Jude round, and then Salt Lake City.
I mean, even
See,
that-
now
even that,
I really
though-
want to go to Daytona.
So, Kev, how's that going to work? Is it like where we can go to moranzmafia.com or your link and grab like a what's the word I'm looking
Folder
for?
of all the logos and everything?
Or like a PDF or something where I could literally print it out and color it in with my coloring pencils or whatever.
Your coloring
no,
pencil?
so it's-
or do you got to
yeah,
be
no,
somebody
it's-
that's somewhat legit and know what to do on a computer?
Yeah, it's actually super simple. So you just go canvasmx.com and you go like design your own gear. He's got a whole it's already set up. Like
Just going right through Canvas and do it.
Yeah, just going through Canvas and then you just like submit it pretty much. That's the way we did it last year.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, like last year I think he had over like 2,000 people to the website and over 500 submissions just for the last round little gear contest that we had, which is super sweet.
Are
So
you,
the way
That's a
that
lot
we'll
of
probably
engagement.
so the way that we'll probably do it is, if I had to guess, because Feld like provides all the artwork of the kits to all the teams, right? So I'm assuming we'll probably just upload that to Canvas. That way it's a downloadable link, and then everybody just uses off their computers or off their phones, canvasmx.com, gear design or whatever. Like he's got a little tab where you can customize your own gear and then order it. And then, just design it up there and then submit it and see if it wins kind of deal. So I think that'll be pretty cool because it'll be, not only is it going to get people involved, but it's also going to be for a good cause. So I'm sure like the TV crew will love it and we'll talk about it and stuff like that. So I think we can make it a pretty cool deal.
What if Travis designs
my
the
God.
best set?
Oh my God!
Will you
Well,
still
then
run
he
it?
gets his gear design for free.
For the same
Damn! Bam! There you go. Get in.
For the St.
Team
Jude,
VRM over here, baby.
for the St. Jude one, when you see the winner of the gear design, are you going to try to somehow match the graphics as well to the gear design, or is that not even in your mind?
Sorry, say that again.
For like the St. Jude one, when you see the final product for what the gear is going to be like by the winner, are you going to try to also match the graphic set to the gear design?
Probably. I know we'll probably run white plastic, so I think it'll be pretty easy to match kind of whatever it is.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think the overall color scheme is gonna probably be pretty similar when it comes to just like red, blues, and greens, and yellows, like stuff that kids kind of use.
Yep.
But I'm not really sure. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something cool out.
I'll be really interested to see what it ends up looking like, because it's good for a good cause, and just hopefully somebody that actually has a connection to that ends up winning it. So
I have some great ideas. Cool. We're gonna win this.
You're gonna do something stupid with like donuts or something, aren't you?
No, that is
my
Lamborghini's getting wrapped
What did
in
he
that.
just say? He just said Kawasaki logos on KTM.
Kawasaki.
Look, if we're gonna go completely ridiculous, and put Moto Aftermath Show logos all over him. Like, we got to put Kawasaki logos on there too, because we're splitting this bill.
You should just be the biggest asshole and just go in and just do a bullshit one and just put KTM all over the gear.
Look, maybe we just do Moto Aftermath Show logos in Kawasaki green, and then we split it. See, there we go. That kind of makes everything better.
What are the chances you think I'd actually run that at a Supercross?
Slim to none.
hey, Kev. Money will make the monkey dance, is what I've learned.
No, I don't think so.
You want to bet?
I don't think
know if that kind of money's around.
I bet he'd run Kawasaki gear for 75 G's.
He could probably buy.
You damn straight. I do about.
I also feel. I also
You're going to get a blowy in the rig and everything else.
I also feel like he could buy a couple Kawasaki's for 75 G's. So.
Look, I wasn't going to go quite that high. I was thinking that 20 G's would probably put the Moto Aftermath Show logo big on his chest.
That would be the most ridiculous
What's going to put a
ever.
Kawasaki logo? 30 G's?
I mean...
You make me a legitimate offer and show me cash, and then we'll talk. Baby.
I really feel like you could take $20,000 and do something totally better with 20 grand than just dressing Kevin up.
Look, this is like Ocean's 11. We'll send him a check.
No, I don't think you can.
We'll post it.
I don't
this
think
is
you
a
can,
fun
Justin.
game.
I think you just need to be quiet.
Okay, sorry, Kev. My bad.
This is a fun game. What dollar sign is going to dress Kev the way we want?
Dude, maybe we could do it. Oh, you know what? We could look. This is how we do it. Okay, we do it like let's make a deal, and we get 15 briefcases, and we put different money amounts in them, all the way from
gear designs,
all the way from $5 up to $50,000 to run the Moto Aftermath Show logo big on your chest for an entire race weekend.
Kev, you and me both know he does not have 50K.
And you got to pick it.
We should do deal or no deal, a bunch of briefcases.
Yes.
With outrageous gear designs.
Yes.
And he's got to step up. And then he's got to pull the briefcase open, and he has to wear that.
Are we making a game show out of Kevin's life right now?
We're gonna get a bunch of views on YouTube with this, man.
We're starting a game show. It's
and
gonna
Kev
be like
could possibly make a bunch of money, or he can make $5. You never know.
Deal or no deal. Kev's gear.
You guys are giving me a headache right now.
I think this is awesome.
Designer, that's a great way to get your stuff for a portfolio together. So if you're a graphic designer and you got a lot of experience, but you don't have a lot of experience, a lot of shit to show for it, you can design something like this gear set for Kevin, and then now all of a sudden you have something that's been on TV.
I mean, how do you think Blake Dungy got started?
Well, his last name has a little.
You know what? That's not.
Sounds familiar.
For example.
So Kevin, I want to ask you. So I've been through a couple of rigs where we have the big awning and all that stuff, and there's a ton of work that goes into a race day when you have a big rig like that. Now, this is your first go that I know of out of a rig that was your own, right? So with you guys' race program now, you have Frank the Tank doing most of the legwork, right? And you have your new mechanic. I haven't met him yet, but
he's a great dude. I love that guy.
He's fucking awesome.
He is awesome. He talks shit to Kevin in the headset.
So what's the day program like now? Is it you up there putting the big tent up and down and all that stuff? Because there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, we jump in and help. Garen and Dad whipped it together this weekend just because we didn't get out there in time. But I'm sure, like, this next round, Dad's driving up to San Francisco. Like, he's not going to be able to set that. You can't set that thing up alone. So whether somebody there helps him, depending on what time we get in or not, or whenever we show up, we'll help him put it together.
Hey, be super careful about the security up there. in the Bay Area because they always like to try to steal everything they can. They're in Atlanta. They go in and try to steal whatever they can.
Look, I'm honestly more excited.
Just bump some Mac J. They'd be.
I'm more excited for Indy to hang out with Kev's mechanic than Kev.
Dude,
Oh, 100%, dude.
I love
Jordan
that dude.
is
He is
awesome.
awesome. He's fucking
Jordan
great.
is potentially one of the best additions to the team.
Oh, he's awesome.
literally
Real close second to Dad, but he's up there.
Yeah, but I mean,
Dude,
Dad, that's just given.
Frank's just whatever, but yeah.
But the mechanic now,
he's honorary.
Frank is awesome no matter what.
We only had to have one conversation with him at Chicagoland, and then him saying that all he did was talk shit to you in the headset, and I'm like, this guy is what Kevin needs. Kevin is so serious all the time, and this guy's just like, loosen the fuck up.
Literally in Chicago, we're talking shit and spotting chicks in the headset. Bro, you see the tits on that one over there? Yes, I did.
He's so great, dude.
Oh, dude, he's fucking fantastic.
That's the most
Yeah,
dirt bike
he
thing
is.
I've ever heard.
Oh, dude, he's great.
He's working on the bike, not missing a beat, just talking shit, and it is awesome.
He's great, man. He's good. Like I said, I think he's a great, just polar opposite of Kev, and that's what Kev needs.
I cannot wait to hang out with him at the casino after the Detroit race.
I don't know if you could probably hang with him in the casino.
Oh, yeah, sure I can. I'm not sure how Sunday's going to go, but Saturday night's going to be awesome.
Oh, boy.Rav's going to be fucking sloppy drunk.
That's
Are you
okay.
guys coming to Detroit?
I'm not.
I'll probably be there.
I'll be in Indy.
wandering around somewhere.
Are you guys staying or what?
I don't. Well, since it's a day race, I seen on a schedule. Can anybody else confirm that?
Yeah, it is. It's 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Then I'll probably just hook home after.
Free
But I'll
practice
go
starts at-
Friday night.
Yeah,
practice
so
starts
we'll
like
be
8
there
in the
Friday
morning.
night too.
You know what's interesting about that day is, so like I play hockey now, and we have an outdoor game 2 miles from Ford Field the same day as Supercross. So
Oh, you're not
I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but it might be a little interesting.
Good luck with that.
Honestly, it could be the coolest day I ever have. I don't know.
All right, anybody got anything else for Kev here before we let him go? Anything serious?
No.
Yeah, we already took up enough of his time.
Yeah.
It was the first one. This happens, and by the time we get to round 5, it'll be like a 15-minute combo.
How long was this call?
Too long.
Well, 43 minutes, but we talked to him before we got on.
So I
thing
say
too.
he's probably worth about $46 an hour. Like we owe him.
I feel like Kev would bump up his hourly wage on that one.
It'll be fine. All right, well, Kev.
It's all right. I enjoy bullshitting with the boys.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will obviously be watching this coming weekend here in San Fran.
It's going to be a mutter.
It might be a mutter.
Might be.
Don't talk to me about that.
Okay. And so it's going to be great and sunny.
Kev,
and,
dude, your best finish ever is in the mud. What are you talking about?
This is also
yeah,
true.
I know.
Also true.
This is true.
So tell Frank and Jordan that we all said hi, and we'll talk to you next weekend, buddy.
Alrighty, sounds like a plan, man.
All right,
See you later,
later.
pal.
Thank
Later.
you. All right, Privateer Hero Kevin Moranz, everyone.